A long time ago, the Smythe family lived in Ashton Court. They owned a big house and all the land around.
The Smythe family decided to employ miners. These were men who dug down into the earth to collect coal. Many men worked in the mines, but also children as young as 8. The workers would lay on their tummies digging out the coal. It would be loaded onto wagons pulled by tiny ponies. The mine owners had houses built for the miners and their families. Sometimes as many as 9 people would live in a small house. The houses had no electricity or gas. Imagine what this would be like. Ashton Vale had several more industries. In South Liberty Lane there was a brick making works. The clay would be dug from surrounding areas, then taken to the brick works then it would be moulded into brick shapes, then put into massive ovens to be baked. These bricks were used to build many of the houses in Ashton Vale. Factories now stand where the coal mines and the brickworks used to be.
In Vale Foundry Lane there was an iron foundry. This was a building full of red-hot furnaces where melted iron would be poured into shapes to make many of the things used to build houses, such as girders and bolts.
Ashton Vale had a fire and ambulance station where the Robin pub now stands. Opposite was a tiny little shop where Mr. Baker the cobbler would repair shoes and boots.
Ashton Vale is circled by countrysides with railway runs to Porterhead. All along the train tracks over the arches in Ashton Drive, and a railway to Weston-super-Mare along South Liberty Lane. Children would stand on the Black Bridge, taking train numbers as the steam train roared by.
With the end of World War II in 1945, Ashton Vale changed again. As many people's homes were destroyed by bombs, new houses were needed. The prefabricated houses were built as temporary housing, but in fact some are still lived in today.
Ashton Vale School was opened in 1949. The community centre in Bristol Road was built for local residents to enjoy meetings together for dances and craft classes. A doctor's surgery was also held there. We also have a local church. The allotments in Ashton Drive began in the 1930s. After the war, food was in short supply, so the allotments became very popular. Children would spend hours in a local field. When the field flooded, the children would build rafts and go paddling around for hours, scaring the ducks away. In winter the water would freeze over. The children would go ice skating.
In the 1960s, a boys' club was built at the end of Silbury Road. The diggers started the work. However, one of the digger drivers ended up falling into a large hole. This was an old coal mine. Time went by as the grown-ups decided who owned the hole. The coal board agreed it must be their hole, so filled it up, so work began.
Many plans have been discussed about the future of Ashton Amble, but some of us decided to make our own plans.